Okay, this is a quick tutorial on traces and slots, Autodesk Fusion 360. This is a top triple for a CBR 250, it's race only, hence no locking thing, that's just for a button. Yeah, so the question is about cutting slots. Now to cut a slot like this is quite easy. You can just use the slot tool and select the geometry, but in open-ended slots like this one, you have to use, so far I found, trace. Now this could be wrong, but this is the way I do it. If you were to play this or just simulate this, you'll notice that it goes in and it feeds down, does the slot. I'll just let it load as it's recording so it's nice and smooth. That's a 3mm, 20mm long carbide cutter, so you need to be really careful with it. There's my settings. So you select the geometry. I've drawn a line down the center line of where I want that thing to cut. If you do a slot, it won't recognize the line. It just won't recognize it. There's no point even trying. Feed height. Don't worry about that. That's my phone. Fast extension, I give it a bit just to make sure it clears this. Now this is where the magic happens. Axial offset. If you select the line on the top of the geometry, your axial offset needs to be minus the depth that you want to cut. Your step downs is literally how far you want the tool to step down. That's pretty straightforward. And the number of step downs denotes how far it will go down. Even though your axial offset is set, if you were to make that 0, it would move the tool path up here and cut all the way down to that. If you drew the line on the bottom, you wouldn't have a problem, but because I drew the line on the top, minus 20 is the axial offset, and these are your values here. Just to show you what I mean, if I make that 0, then put trace, see how it moves it up to the top? That's what I'm talking about. So if we make the minus 20 is where essentially the axial offset of the line is. I got 0.5 mil step downs, I've got 40 of them. If you made it 30 it wouldn't quite reach the bottom, so you need to work it out, unfortunately. It's just a little bit annoying. And there's your slot there. Trace 2 is simply on the other side. Pocket 6 is just my logo. Adaptive clearing, I love it. Just plug it in, hit go. How good is it? Bore 2, I don't really like the boring. So this will already be cleared. So this is just what it's going to do to clear out those bores to make them the right size. I don't really like how it does it. I'd like to just plunge the tool in there and hit it with some finishing passes, but for whatever reason it just doesn't want to do that. Pockets, as I said, pockets easy. I did a pocket on this one because I just got really annoyed with the way it wants to ramp in and touch the edge of everything. I just found it frustrating. So you can bore it, you can pocket it, doesn't matter. Then I just contour those separately because I don't want it to go in here, otherwise it'll try to. And that just cleans up my surface finish. And then contour, always use a contour function for your chamfer, because it loads 10 times faster than anything else, trace or any of that stuff. It's much easier to get it right how you want it. And I'll just jump over that and skip over, there it is. Cool. So contour and then trace 2, pocket 6, EADC. If you don't know what EADC stands for, I suggest you go on EADC yourself. That's it. I'm out of here.